Today I joined the most toxic GTA 5 RP server and I didn't think it could be this bad. So of course, first of all we have to check the reviews, and honestly they weren't as bad as I thought, but there were quite a lot of them and I'm pretty sure most of them were pretty sarcastic. I mean, take a look at this one. This review is pretty straight to the point by Spooky Psych. It literally just says CSRP sucks, CSRP is a terrible server and no one RPs properly, and that's all there is. It's VDM, RDM, don't ever play this server. So after reading the wonderful reviews, it's time to load in. So to start off, it literally took me like 10 minutes to load into the server. It took me ages to load the mods, and then when I tried to join the first time, it literally just didn't work. So I had to reconnect, and even that took ages. And when it actually let me into the server, I was greeted by this absolutely beautiful loading screen. I mean, look at this. The effort that's gone into this loading screen. Yeah, this is great. Took a look at the rules, and I'm pretty sure absolutely no one has ever read these rules in their life, because my experience on this server did not add up to the rules that they had. So finally I managed to load into the server, and it was not a good start. I mean, there was literally already menus overlaying, some weapons animation overlaying the spawn menu. It was an absolute mess. Finally, when that managed to sort of like fix itself, I managed to create my character and actually load into the game. So I spawned in, and for some reason there were cars absolutely everywhere all over spawn, and the button M was a ragdoll keybind, which is pretty weird. And then I got myself a car, and I found out the reason why there are so many cars at spawn. That's because if you spawn a car and then spawn another one in, it doesn't delete the previous car. You literally just spawn in on top of it. So every single time you spawn a car, it does not delete itself. That is just perfect. Once I finally managed to untangle myself from a mess of cars, I spawned in my character, and I did want to do a nice little emote for you like usual, but yeah, that didn't work. You can't emote in this server. They're literally, the keybind is broken. So eventually I made my way out of the airport, and for some reason there were even more cars just randomly placed around the road. It was like an obstacle course. There was one on my left, one on my right, one in the middle. Like, what is going on? Surely they can find a better way to do this. I drove around the city for a while because I noticed that the area of patrol for the server was statewide, so I assumed there's going to be people in the city, and there was like 50 or 60 people on the server at the time, so I assumed there's going to be people in the city. And along with trying to dodge all the random cars placed in the middle of the road, there was literally no one. Absolutely no one in the city. I even went to the area where I'm pretty sure every single server has someone in the city, and that is the hood, and there was literally no one in there either. Like, what is going on? How is there 60 people in this server right now? So of course I managed to assume that pretty much everyone is gonna be at Sandy, which is gonna be great because there's gonna be literally 60 people in a small confined town. So I literally had no choice, and I had to drive all the way up to Sandy. So I started driving my way up to Sandy, and surprise, surprise, I literally saw absolutely no one on the highway. I could literally go like Mach 10 on the highway, no police to stop me, no one on the highway to even like accidentally hit into. It was a ghost town. There was literally no one on this server. Just briefly, I wanted to tell you guys about my new website, htnetwork.1, which actually sets up a FiveM server for you. If you guys cannot be bothered to deal with all the management and having to add in mods and things like that, you can literally just check out my website down in the description below, www.htnetwork.1, and you can set up a FiveM server in literally just a couple of seconds using the included auto installer, and it will have already over 120 plus mods. That's custom vehicles, custom maps, custom menus, literally everything you guys can need, and you literally did not have to do anything. So check that out down in the description below, www.htnetwork.1. I finally made it into Sandy, and I saw my first person outside of the bar, and I decided that I'd leave them alone for a second, and maybe I'll come back to them after a while just to figure out where everyone is in this server. It turns out I didn't actually need to look much further to find everyone else in this server, because for some reason, literally everyone and their mum was gathered around this one area. For some reason, the RP just seemed to congregate around this one bit by the train tracks and by the airport. So I assumed that this couldn't be everyone in the server, so I carried on into Sandy and I drove around for a bit. I went to the gas station. That's usually where everyone is. That's just, that's a fair shout. I went to the police station. There was literally no one anywhere else. I mean, this just shows you the quality of this server. You pull up to the gas station and the floor is purple. That's how you know this server is just premium. And after my successful visit to the gas station, where of course literally no one was in it, I spent ages driving around and around and around the map looking for some actual RP scenarios and sort of situations I can get involved in, and there was literally nothing. All everyone was doing was driving around in cars and crashing into each other. This server is just something else. I decided to head over to the Yellow Jack since that's where I saw people when we first pulled into Sandy, and I said I'd go back to that later on, so I went in there and it was something else. Like, as soon as I pull up, there are random explosions, random missiles. I walk in there, it's empty, and all that happens is the building sets on fire. I mean, in what other server does this happen? So as usual on this server, literally nothing was ordinary. I left that bar really quickly because, like, what bar just randomly sets on fire and has explosions going on? So I left that, drove around yet again trying to look for a good RP scenario that I could join in at, and there was literally nothing. For some reason, even after an hour of being in this server, everyone was still congregated around this one little area by the train tracks and by the airport. Did they not move anywhere else? Pretty sure as I was driving around, I got passed by this same car at least 10 times. Just this Lamborghini. It just kept driving around and around and around in circles. Like, eventually, after my 5th lap of doing Sandy, trying to find someone who I could actually talk to, some guy pulls up next to me on a bike, and this is what I get greeted to.
Fuck you, bro.
This is literally the first interaction I've had with a person after the whole hour of being on this server, and this is what they do.
Are you dead? Yeah, you're dead. Okay, goodbye.
I think I can safely say that this is definitely the most toxic RP server I have ever been on, and I'm definitely just going to stick to your good old whitelist RP server. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. This is not a video that I do normally. I have done a video like this in the past a few weeks ago, and you guys seem to really enjoy it, so I thought I'd do another one of these videos again since you guys all seem to like it. And here we go. So I hope you guys did enjoy it, and I hope it was worth your time watching to the end, and I really do appreciate it. Please be sure to check out my website, htnetwork.1, down in the description below if you guys are looking to start up your own FiveM server, because trust me, it makes your life so much easier. You can literally install a FiveM map mod or a vehicle mod, and even the whole package from Network in just a couple of seconds. It's really simple, tons of tutorials. Be sure to check that out down in the description below, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Cheers and goodbye.